So what would you call it?
Anything else, you know, call it Fred. That's better, that's better than unobtainium.
What is the most meaningful line that you've ever written or heard or read?
Well, you know, there was when I was first writing Midnight Stolen, not the finished version, the first line of it was, most of what matters in our lives takes place in our absence. And then I thought that it sounds too much like Tolstoy, you know, it sounds like the opening of Anna Karenina, and I thought this is not a very Tolstoyan novel, so I have to bury it. The line is still there, but it's buried. But in a way that was at the root of that novel, and at the root of many other things that I've done, you know, because it's saying, what it means is that we are not just shaped by our own choices, we're also shaped by the world in which we are born into and the world in which other people make an impact on our lives. So
yeah, and that's almost prophetic for what happened in your life, in a sense.
Well, true.
What is your all-time favorite book?
Well, all right. Well, I'm very fond of 100 Years of Solitude. I think it is a great novel. I think probably in my lifetime is the greatest novel that anyone has written.
What is one book that you wish you had written?
Not one.
If I said you could have the Nobel Prize, but you would never have love in your life again, what would you choose?
I'd choose love always. Who cares about prizes? Prizes are just things, you know. And I mean, one of the things I've always tried to feel is that you shouldn't get obsessed by things and gongs and, you know, there's a real life outside that you have to actually live. You can't live for prizes. That's nonsense.
Who is a new Indian writer to watch out for?
Oh, I think there's quite a few young guys right now. I mean, I like Rana Dasgupta, I like Altaf Tayawala, I like quite a lot of these younger people. I think it's an interesting moment, and as you know, as people are beginning to say, there's now also some very talented young Pakistani writers. So,
yes.
I mean, Daniel Muinuddin in particular, I think, you know, is very extraordinary. So it's nice to see. It's always nice to see the next generation.